Chameleons. I love the band The Chameleons. To this day, one of Manchester's finest, overlooked for some reason, probably because Mark Burgess is too outspoken and rubbed people the wrong way. But Chameleons, Script of the Bridge, this is a reissue, and I just decided to play it this morning. I love this band. And yes, years ago I got to play with Mark Burgess. There is a clip of it online. I have the whole concert on DVD, but it really is not worth showing because I only got to rehearse with Mark once. We had just met. Long story short, it was a real special deal that he came to Omaha and played. And I was one of the few people that knew enough about his music that could play with him. So the performance is not very good. So that's why I haven't uploaded the whole show. It's not worth it. It is Monday. Let me make sure I get this right. The 15th of October. I'll talk a little bit about music. I've gotten more music, and I'm getting music that is really good, so I can sort of introduce you to it, but I still need time to absorb it. But the one big thing I can tell you that I have been listening to, and it's new and I love it, and it's only digital, and this is one of the few times I'll do this. Ron Anderson's Pack, Bestial. This is his brand new release. He sent me a sticker because it's only digital. It's not in a physical form yet. Folks, come on now. Look this up and get and dig it. If you watch me, chances are many of you have an appreciation for music like King Crimson or Don Caballero or bands that I can't even think of, but bands where it's intense, it's driven by ensemble work that moves in many different directions, sometimes stops on a dime. That's what Pack does. And this new one, I have another Pack album. Ron and I become friends. I just spoke to him on the phone this morning from Italy, where they had a car breakdown. They're on touring this. This really is deserving. I keep showing it because I want the thumbnail to pick this up, okay? This is well worth getting. I'm so pleased that some of the best records I've heard this year come out are by people that I know. This is really, it's like King Crimson Red, okay? It's that type of thing. And Ron can play the guitar. Ron can play. Enthusiastically, I want to push this album, and it's the main thing I want to do in this video. I've gotten more music from Discus, and I'm really appreciating the music, Martin Archer. I want to do the music justice by giving the records good reviews after I've really absorbed them. I can show you right now what he sent me and say a little bit. He sent me this brand new release by Alora Cole, solo piano, Enough. I was not familiar with Laura. I have only had a cursorily begin listen to this, but not obviously, but I can tell you that Martin Archer's label does not mess around with crap. High quality, deep listening, very artistic stuff going on. Now, the one I played already and love, but I want to really get into it because I want to talk about it, is this new one by Ron Keynes and Martin Archer, Axis. Now, this is awesome. Le Oiseau de Matisse, Birds of Matisse. I'm going to talk again in another video, Martin, if you happen to see this, but I can enthuse already about how cool this release is and how good it is on my first listen. Ron Keynes is the saxophonist who was in the band East of Eden. East of Eden put out one of my favorite prog albums. I don't have an original of it. Mercator Projected. If I can just see it quick enough. Yeah. So I don't have an original of Mercator Projected, but I have it on this double album compilation called Things. Mercator Projected is one of my favorite prog pieces, just pieces of music. From the moment I got to do this segue, see, I wasn't going to talk, but that's how good this is, so it's going to get double exposure. The way that the side Bathers on Mercator Projected starts is amazing. It starts off and immediately we are in another time and place. It's magical. One of the things I'm trying to get to it, Ron's not on this East of Eden album, but I also have this album by East of Eden. Ron Kane's saxophone work on Mercator Projected and on Bathers, that whole side in particular, is magical and has a lot to do with what makes it so special. Martin talks here about, the extreme honor he had of finally getting to play with Ron Kane's East of Eden. He tells the story of discovering Ron Kane's sound, and I have to agree with it. I'm giving a review when I said I wasn't going to give a review. That means I'm going to do it twice after I listen to this more. But look at what Discus did. They did a mock-up of the Dereck record label, which is the label that East of Eden originally came out on, or that Mercator Projected did anyway, in England. So I can enthuse about this right away, that it's really good. Ron Kane's saxophone playing is immediately recognizable. His tone and the way he plays, it's really wonderful. So what a cool deal that Martin made this album with Ron. I'm going to review it some more. I'm crazy like that, ain't I? A quick thing I'll say before I show more records and then get out of here is sometimes I'm grumpy and sometimes I curse, but that's who I am. And you folks who are just jumping on board here, who I've never met, I don't know you, so don't take it personally when I cuss, you know what I'm saying? This is me. I don't know you, okay? So I'm going to talk and say what I got to say according to what I'm experiencing over here. I don't know you, so there's no reason for you to get upset like I'm cussing at you. I don't even know who you are, okay? I'm a nice person. I'm real, okay? Listen to this last night all the way through. Comsat Angels Land. Pop music. This band was so good. They were post-punk, and U2 took a leaf out of their book. U2 got part of their sound from this band. It's an absolute travesty to me that this band is so forgotten. They're so good. I have most of their records, Comsat Angels. This is a great pop album. Another just great album for every reason. The words, the music, the feeling. Richard and Linda Thompson, I Want to See the Bright Lights. I saw someone post this yesterday, and I said, I haven't played this in a long time. And this is my second copy. I had an original on Island. This album is very, very intense. And it's a masterpiece. Even if you don't pick up on all the words right away, just the sound of their voices as well as the writing of the songs and the playing, this goes deep. Man, this is really a work of art. Richard and Linda Thompson, you don't even have to like folk music to be touched by the depth of this album. Cressida, Anita from Poland, a long-distance friend that I've never met, sent this to me. Played this all the way through. Cressida, originals of this are very pricey. Asylum, English band with progressive tones, sometimes a bit like the Moody Blues. Really good album, very, very melodic. Played this, hadn't played it in a while. Peter Mergener and Michael Weiser, Fanciful Fire, on Klaus Schultz's Innovative Communications label. Some of this music is not aging well. It's kind of cheesy, but I keep it. This Heat, Deceit. Oh, whoa. Again, another one where very topical, a lot of anger and frustration being expressed on this album, justifiably so. When you're awake and aware and you see the absolute buffoonery that goes on around us every day, especially in the hands of people who are leaders. It's just maddening. Lynn County. I saw someone show this. Mostly this is kind of blues rocky, but there's a couple jams on here that are really good. Proud Flesh Soothsayer. I think they're from Colorado. I like that cover too, kind of psychedelic. And The Fourth Way, Mike Knock with Michael White. Is it Michael White? Yep. Eddie Marshall, Ron McClure. This was their first album. It has kind of a fresh sunshine in the morning, let's get up and have breakfast kind of feel for a lot of it. That's not an insult. That's quite a compliment. Fantastic music. Real quick, I'm going to make a video or a few videos where I necessarily have to focus on my merchandise and trying to sell some of it, okay? So just get ready for that. Thanks, folks.